Welcome to Project Headcanon. In the last video, we deleted and re-imported the entire wiki while trying to fix a problem with the Cosmos skin, but ultimately failed. Let's now pivot back to content. I've made the decision to limit the wiki to a strictly in-universe perspective. This means cutting all articles about people and things in the real world, along with any references to the real world or behind-the-scenes information in all remaining articles.
We live in a real world. Come back to it.
Sorry, Natalie. Wikipedia conveniently has a category for real-world articles. We can use Python and the MediaWiki API to get a list of page names. We have to be careful to only list pages that are in the main namespace, as we don't want to delete any subcategories yet. Once we have a text file with a list of the article titles, we can follow the procedures for mass deletion laid out in the third progress report video: delete batch, run jobs, and delete archived revisions. Let's do a quick check to delete any remaining articles in the subcategories, and then delete all unused files and categories. A lot of in-universe articles on Wikipedia have this behind-the-scenes section, which is also written from an out-of-universe perspective. To delete all of these sections, we'll use an extension called ReplaceText. This is normally very simple, just like the find and replace feature of any text editor, so replacing some text with nothing will just delete it. However, to delete an entire section whose contents differ from article to article, we will need to use regular expressions. Regex can get very complicated, and I'm not going to waste time explaining the basics here. It is very important to get the syntax exactly right, since getting it wrong could either delete too much text, or worse, just part of the behind-the-scenes section, making the rest of the text nearly impossible to find programmatically. I'm using a method that won't catch every page's behind-the-scenes section in one go, but will never grab too much or too little text from the pages it does find. In MediaWiki articles, double equal signs are used to signify section headings. This regex checks for a blob of text that starts with a behind-the-scenes section heading and ends with an appearances section heading, which usually comes right after behind the scenes, according to Wikipedia's article layout guide. The regex also fails if that blob contains any other equal signs, just to be safe. The special ReplaceText page can only handle batches of 250 articles at a time, but we can set the value of $wgReplaceTextResultsLimit to our localsettings.php file to do more at once. ReplaceText doesn't actually do the replacements when you click the button. Instead, it adds jobs to do them. So every time we replace text, we have to run jobs.php immediately afterward. These jobs are pretty slow, so it will take a while. When we're done all of those, we'll change the syntax to account for pages that don't have an appearances section, pages where behind the scenes is misspelled, and so on. Eventually, we'll get to the point where doing it manually is more efficient than trying to find the perfect regex for the job, but by then there aren't many left to do. I'm also going to get rid of every external links section, as these usually just contain links to Wikipedia, defunct parts of the official Star Wars website, or game-specific wikis for Star Wars Galaxies or Star Wars The Old Republic or some such. We'll follow the exact same procedure as with the behind-the-scenes section, using regex until there's few enough left to do manually. I'm keeping the appearances, sources, and notes and references sections as they are. And finally, I'm going to add some pages of my own to the wiki. I decided to make a user page for myself because, well, why not? Let's also add some actually relevant info to the main page. In the headcanon namespace, I'm adding a page called Roadmap. I can use this page to keep track of my progress and also plan ahead for what changes to make next. I could even embed these videos on it eventually. This roadmap might also give you a preview of what's to come in the next few videos, but until then, may the Force be with you.